Here's what I did this week on the farm. I moved some plants to the hardening off area. Because that freed up space in the greenhouse, I also seeded some beets, eggplant, Ami, which is false Queen Anne's lace. It's a mix that should be partially purple, but there's like a 20% chance of white. I don't mind that. I think the white is also still pretty, but I'm excited to see what comes up. And I also planted some amaranthus. It's Love Lies Bleeding, so it's like this really dark purple color. I'm really excited. This is one that dries really well, and it just looks really stunning, and it's super unique. It's like got a Dr. Seuss vibe. I'm really excited about it. And I seeded some fennel, lemon balm, and a mix of basils. So just regular old Prospera and lemon basil as well as Thai basil. I also dug and prepared bed number 10. It's the last of my second tarp, which is very exciting. Progress, progress. I also went to a mulching party at Storybook Farm in Sandy, Oregon. Nikki is the farmer who runs it, and I met her at the potluck I went to a few weeks ago. She was really cool. It was really fun. We mulched her perennial bed, and then it's kind of like a labor trade. So the amount of hours that I worked there, she volunteers at my farm. I'm thinking up a juicy project for her, so I'm excited to have her over. And I also harvested and prepared for market. I harvested my Easter egg radish as well as some red rounds and a few French breakfast bunches. And I also harvested my arugula and baby lettuce mix. And I also had some baby red Russian kale ready. And most excitingly, I made up my own salad blend using a mix of beet greens, arugula, 2 types of tot soy, and Swiss chard. I called it the Batsy blend. I'm gonna call it Heaven to Batsy from now on because I think that's fun and it makes me feel like Bob from Bob's Burgers, and I get to do whatever I want. So that sold really, really well at market. I brought a lot more than I brought the first time, expecting to like have some left over, and I was like gonna be very okay with that, but I ended up selling almost everything. And then at the end, I did a barter with the Flower Girl Bakers, and I got 2 delicious cookies and this outstanding scone, and it was amazing. And I love bartering, and I think it's very fun, and I'm looking forward to doing it more in the future. I will say I did see that same white rabbit driving to market, so I took that as a good sign, and I think it gave me good luck throughout the market. So I'm getting a sense that maybe it's not a wild rabbit and it's like a pet or something. I don't know, but it was huge. It's way bigger up close than I thought. And I also had some friends visit post-market, and I got to give them a little tour of the farm, and it was really fun. Shout out to the Canes. It's really exciting to kind of show people from my hometown and everything and my family kind of what I've been working on. And it's just like a reminder of how much I've done and how short a time frame I've done it in, and I'm proud of myself. So the main project for this week was basically tractor work. I had to switch the implements because my riding mower is still out of commission, and I just had to I had to get going. So I switched the implements on my tractor to the mower, and I did a bunch of mowing. I mowed a field to prevent grass seed from blowing around, and then I also mowed my next patch for occultation. Switching over the implements took a lot of time. I'll be very honest and say it was like well over 2 hours. I was chasing Milo around for a little bit because it looked like he had a cut on his head, and I was trying to clean it, and he wasn't letting me, so that definitely added to the amount of time I spent doing this task. But it was exhausting and bruising to do, and I think I figured it out. It's just like you have to figure out the physical feeling of switching over the PTO implement and like what it feels like to pull that collar back, and it was just like pretty challenging, which is why there's no video to show you of the first time. But switching it the second time was like so much easier, and I think it'll just get easier and easier the more I go. Also, when I was doing my apprenticeship at Amber Waves, the tractors were like so much bigger. Getting up and down and switching the implements was so much more challenging than it is on my compact tractor, that it was less daunting than I thought it would be. That was a plus. I am also going to be disking. So there's 2 tarps out on the field that have just been sitting this whole time because I wanted to see if that would kill off the perennial grasses a lot faster. And it definitely did. Like it did a lot. So I'll be disking those in later today. I've also, after mowing, I've been slowly gathering up all the grass clippings to put in a pile because my plan is to lay out cardboard in the aisles that I've been saving and put grass clippings. Okay, my mic died halfway through that, so I'm gonna go head out to go disc. But before I do that, I'm gonna give you some content corner. This week, I've been reading my tractor manual. This isn't the one specific for my tractor, but it is a very good, it's just nice to have with me when I'm also watching my YouTube videos. Yeah, and it's been helping me feel more confident in my tractoring. For listening, I've been listening to Florence and the Machine because I saw her live for her Everybody Scream tour at the Moda Center. She was phenomenal. She was phenomenal. I love her so much. I saw her live once in LA when I was in like high school with my mom. We went to K-Rock's Almost Acoustic Christmas, if you know, you know. And she was like ethereal and phenomenal then, and I just have been wanting to see her live ever since, and I finally got the chance to, and it was incredible. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. So that she's also what I've been watching, I guess. Yeah, so I highly recommend seeing Florence or any live music at all. I love live music. I think it's a reason to live, and it's just fantastic. So that's what I've been consuming this week. I'll catch you back here next week for week 20. I don't want somebody